Okay, let's talk about all of the new value kits. I just did a video like this a week ago where I talked about a bunch of new Sephora Favorites kits, makeup sets, and I think I had a couple of skincare and hair care products in there as well. Today, I have even more to break down for you because there have been so many launches over the last week. And on Sephora's website, there are even more. Like, I can't possibly cover every single one, specifically a lot of hair kits. So if you're looking for some good hair products, definitely scroll through and check it out. And there are a lot of good makeup sets right now too. So I wanted to go through and share what I think are the best and the worst. I did the math, I broke them down for you, and a lot of you seem to like these videos, which makes me so happy because I normally film them around the holidays because that's when we see a ton of kits. But it seems like in 2024, they've been increasing the amount of value set launches because every few months we see a ton of them hit Sephora's website just in time because the Sephora savings event is here. So if you need someone to talk you out of these kits, there are some that I don't think are worth trying, but let me just say, if you weren't interested in the brands or the products in the first place, skip the kit. Sometimes it's tempting to buy one because you're like, that's such a great deal, that's such a high retail value compared to what you pay. But if they're not products that you would typically enjoy or things that are on your loves list or things you could practically see yourself using, it's not a good deal because the products will just go to waste in your collection. So really take a look and see which brands are offering things you think you would really enjoy because sometimes the savings is really tempting. But again, if they're colors you wouldn't wear, it might be worth it just to skip the kit and buy one product of something you know you would love. Just a different perspective because I don't want you to think I'm sitting here trying to sell you these kits by any means. That's not my goal at all. I just film these videos so you can make a decision whether or not you think the products are worth trying. Everything is expensive these days. Makeup is expensive, skincare, hair care, and you work hard for your money. So I just want you to be able to make the most informed decision possible. There are so many options out there. So honestly, truthfully, I just film these videos and break it down so you can decide if the value really is worth it to you. Okay, so let's start with the makeup kit. Charlotte Tilbury has a new limited edition kit that comes with 4 different products, all in the Pillow Talk shade, which is kind of like her signature shade. So you do get a full-size product in here. You get the lip luster. You also get 2 mini Beauty Light wands. Actually, one of the Beauty Light wands is in the shade Spotlight, but the other one's in Pillow Talk. And then you also get a mini Matte Revolution lipstick. So I've tried all of these formulas except for the lip luster. The lip luster is her lip gloss formula, and it looks like it's a really pretty shimmery color. The matte lipsticks are nice. I actually got a set during the holiday season from Nordstrom that came with 3 minis, and I've been wearing them a lot. I've kind of been getting back into regular lipstick. They're very comfortable, pretty long wearing, and again, just really nice. So that one, the value is worth about $15. The Beauty Light ones break down to be about $16.39 each. The full-size Beauty Light ones are worth $42. So they're pretty pricey. At this point, like every single brand has duped Charlotte Tilbury and done like their version of this high-end and drugstore. So you might have something similar in your collection and it might not be necessary to run out and try Charlotte Tilbury, especially for that $42 price point. But if it is a formula you've been curious about, I do recommend a kit with minis. I got a kit with 2 of her mini Beauty Light ones, not last holiday season, but the year before, and I still have them. If you're someone who has a little bit of a bigger collection, especially like cheek products and lip products, those aren't things you typically go through super quickly. So it might make more sense to try a mini rather than committing to like a full-size $42 cheek product. The retail value for this whole kit comes out to be $72.78. They rounded up to $75, which is a reoccurring theme. A lot of the brands round up a little bit to more of a whole number. I feel like they should just put the actual retail value, but it costs $50. So I do feel like you get a good amount of value for the cost. If Pillow Talk is a shade that you think you would love, that would be flattering on your skin tone, I do think this is worth trying. Okay, we talked about a Tarte set in my last video that I just did that wasn't a good value, but today I wanted to share one that I do think is actually a good value. So this is the Maracuja Juicy Top Hits Lip Duo, and you get 2 full-size lip products for $30. I'm actually wearing a Tarte lip product today. This is the Maracuja Juicy Lip Plump in the shade Poppy. I have it over a little bit of a darker lip liner from ColourPop, and I just kind of wanted like more of a spring lip color today. I have a lot of blush going on too. I do really like this formula. The Juicy Lip Plumps do give your lips a little bit of a tingle, but honestly, I find the formula basically the exact same as the original Maracuja Juicy Lips. They just have like that cooling sensation, but I wouldn't say they actually make your lips look plump compared to the original. So I always say if there's a shade that you like in either one, choose it based on that rather than the fact that these are marketed as plumpers. Anyway, in this duo, you do get the Maracuja Juicy Lip Plump in the shade Rose Shimmer Glass. So that's like a lighter shade with a good amount of shimmer in it. And then you get the Maracuja Juicy Lip in the shade Hibiscus. So the plumping version retails for 24, the regular version retails for 26. I think that was a recent change. I feel like for a long time they were the same exact price. I guess I might be mistaken, but the Juicy Lip Plumps are $2 less expensive. So anyway, this kit has a retail value of $50, which is basically like paying for the shade Hibiscus and then getting the other one for $4, or getting both lip products for 15 each. These shades might really appeal to you, or you might not be too picky about which shades you get, but if you feel like, oh, I wouldn't really ever wear the shade Hibiscus, I'd wear the other one, skip the kit and wait, because you probably can get a discount on the Maracuja Juicy Lips on Tarte's website because they are always running some sort of sale. So I just wanted to point that out, but I do think the actual retail value of this kit is pretty high compared to what you pay. You just have to decide if you'll actually get use out of both products. Tower 28 has a set, and I'm still holding out hope that they're going to do a set with mini lip glosses. That's how I first discovered the brand. Years ago, they did a set during the holiday season that had like 4 mini lip glosses, and I thought that was perfect because I got the chance to try out multiple shades. And honestly, mini lip glosses can last for a long time, but they haven't done one since then. They usually do a set during the holidays that comes with like 2 full-size glosses. So this set's a little bit different. You do get 2 full-size products, but you actually get a lip pencil. So the lip pencil is in the shade Work of Art, which they describe as a pinky taupe. And then you do get a limited edition Shine On Lip Jelly in the shade Pistachio, which they're describing as a shimmery, milky nude pink. So I do have the a regular version of Pistachio, which looks the same. It just doesn't have the shimmer. It is a really pretty color. The gloss is worth $16, and I do think the formula is really good. And then the lip liner is worth $15. Personally, I'm not a fan of the lip liners. I don't know. They originally marketed them as like these all-in-one pencils that you could use on the lips, the eyes, and the cheeks, which was kind of strange because they look like regular wooden lip liners. It doesn't make sense to do it that way. Like, I'm definitely not going to use something on my lips and then use it on my eyes. That, quite honestly, is just like an eye infection waiting to happen. But beyond that, the actual formula, because it's formulated one way, it doesn't work for all those intended purposes. It's fine as a lip liner. It is super creamy, so it glides on your lips really easily, especially for a wooden lip liner pencil, but it doesn't dry down. It doesn't stay in place or lock my lip products into place. So as far as the actual value, they say this kit is worth $34. It's worth $31. Again, I don't know why they're inflating the value, even if it's just a few dollars, because we can clearly see it's not worth $34 when the lip liner is $16, or when the lip liner is, what was it, $15, and the gloss is worth $16. Like, it's very clearly $31 of value. But again, you can basically save $9 by buying this kit rather than buying the 2 products separately. If you're like me and the lip liner doesn't add any value to you, skip over the kit and just buy a gloss. The glosses are less expensive than the kit, so you'll save yourself $8. It's just that this is a limited edition color, so I feel like that will kind of draw some people in too. Okay, I wanted to mention this kit because I feel like it will sell out. Caliray has a new set, and I know a lot of people will be excited about this because I know a lot of people love this product. So this set comes with 2 of their Come Hell or High Water mascaras for $32. The nice part is they're both full-sized mascaras, and in my last video I mentioned the Too Faced one. Too Faced did a kit with 2 Better Than Sex mascaras, and if these are your favorite mascaras, I feel like you are so lucky because, you know, when it comes to me and my favorite mascara, the Tower 28 one, I repurchase that one all the time, and I will buy it for the full price if I can't get it on sale. So if that's the case for you and you do buy this Caliray mascara over and over, it's nice to be able to get a deal, even if you're only saving a few dollars. So the Come Hell or High Water mascara retails for $24, and this kit is $32. So it's basically like paying for one and getting the second one for $8, which is a great deal. Again, if it's something you would have repurchased at the full price anyway, you might as well grab this kit, especially during the Sephora savings event. Now, I will say this mascara did not work for me personally, and I was really sad about it because when I talked about it on my channel, it wasn't last year. It was back in like 2022 because I got a mini mascara set that came with this and I didn't love it. So many people said it was like their absolute favorite mascara. For me personally, it made it look like all of my lashes were clumped together. And even though it is marketed as a tubing mascara, I found it so hard to remove. It's one of those products that people rave about so much though that like sometimes I'm tempted to try it again, but I really hated it. So I don't know, maybe I got got a bad sample, but maybe it's just a product that didn't work for me. Mascaras work so differently for so many people. Like, because this is my job and I review makeup, whenever I mention a mascara, like, there are people who love it. It is their holy grail, their absolute favorite. And then in the same comments, there will be people who hate it. And that obviously happens with like every makeup product, but especially mascara. So it really depends on like your personal lashes, how you apply mascara, what you want it to look like. But sadly, that one wasn't for me. So my last video, like I said, I did talk about a couple of Too Faced sets, but I missed this one when I shared the other one. So this one actually comes with 3 minis, and the other ones that I talked about last time came with full-size products. So in this set, you get a mini mascara primer, a mini mascara, and then a mini plumping gloss. So as for value, the mini Better Than Sex mascara is worth $18.25, which is a pretty good deal. It comes with 0.17 ounces, and I think the full-size mascara, off the top of my head, I'm pretty sure comes with like 0.24. So you don't get significantly less product in there, which is really nice. The mini Better Than Sex Foreplay mascara, I'm assuming is worth $13.96. It was hard for me to see exactly how much came in this kit, but based on the other mini that I found online, about $14. And then the mini lip injection maximum plump extra strength hydrating lip plumper, longest name ever, is worth $23.57. So these Too Faced minis are actually pretty big. This kit comes out to be $55.78 in value, which I think is a great deal because it's worth, or it costs $35. So if you do like minis or you've been curious about these products, I know a lot of them have been out for a while, but I do feel like you tend to hear a lot of hype about them. This is worth trying. It's weird because the regular Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara has never been my favorite, but I do love the chocolate version. I also love the waterproof version, and I love their mascara primer. That's one of my all-time favorite lash products. I tried it last year, and it just makes such a difference when you pair it with any mascara. Weirdly enough, I actually haven't paired it with the regular Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, so I'm kind of tempted to do that. In the past, it just flaked and smudged on me, but it's been years and I feel like my mascara preferences have changed. So I'm kind of tempted to grab that, although I don't love the lip plumper. It definitely works. It's just very, very painful to the point where I feel like I won't even really use it very often. So that's probably not the set for me when it comes down to it. Okay, let's talk about a few new Sephora Favorites kits. This one is the Sun Safety Kit and it's $39. I think this one is being talked about a little bit online because it comes with such a high value. Now they say it's $178. I did the math for every single sample product in here, and this comes with a lot of products, and I got $158.47. So about $20 less than they're claiming, but for $39, $158 worth of products, I feel like is still a really good deal if this is something that you feel like you would get a lot of use out of. So this actually comes with 2 full-size products. The first one is the Inculus Polyglutamic Acid Dewy Sunscreen SPF 30. That retails for $15. I've tried that, and I love so many products from the Inculus, but weirdly enough, that is like the one product that didn't work for me. It's marketed as a dewy sunscreen, and on me, it dries so matte. It's really thick. I find it hard to work into the skin, and it also pills. Like no matter what I have underneath, no matter what I put on top, like nothing layers well. So I personally didn't like that product, but if it is something you enjoy, you do get a full-size version of it in here. You also get a full-sized K-Skin Isle Lip Balm SPF 30, and that retails for $15. So I don't know, I guess I'll go through everything because I did the math and I can share like which samples are really small, which ones are a little bit bigger. I don't know that all of these products are cruelty-free. In fact, I know they're not all cruelty-free, and I usually do feature cruelty-free brands on my channel, but sometimes with these Sephora Favorites kits, there are a mix of products, so just something to keep in mind if you do only purchase cruelty-free brands. So you get the Peter Thomas Roth Water Drench Hyaluronic Hydrating Moisturizer SPF 45. That's worth about $11.32. The Dr. Jart Plus Color Correcting Cream, I've seen that all over TikTok. You get a tiny sample of that worth about $5.40. The next sample is a pretty good size. The St. Jane Luxury Sun Ritual Pore Smoothing SPF 30. That is worth $17.88. You also get a super tiny Isle of Paradise Self-Tanning Drop sample worth $2.09. You probably don't get enough in there to actually be able to see a difference because you have to use that product over and over to actually get the self-tan effect. So I feel like that wasn't really even worth including. A mini Supergoop Unseen sunscreen worth $13.41, a mini Dr. Dennis Gross sunscreen worth $5.93, a Paula's Choice Youth Extending Fluid SPF 50. It's worth $9.50, but that's a pretty good size. It comes with half an ounce. So Paula's Choice is more of an affordable brand, so it might not be as high of a retail value, but you do get a good amount of product in there. And then a mini Dermalogica sunscreen, a mini Kiehl's sunscreen worth $12.35, a mini Innisfree sunscreen, which is pretty small. I haven't tried that brand. I'm pretty sure it's a K-beauty brand. Okay, we're almost done. A mini Shiseido, not bad, about a quarter size of like the full size sunscreen. That one's worth $9.12. A mini Summer Fridays worth $3.60, and then a mini Fenty sunscreen worth $23.53. That's a good size because it is 1 fluid ounce. Now, I will say in the end, like a lot of these samples are really small. Some are a little bit bigger, but if you're curious to try different sunscreen formulas, this is a really good kit. The thing I've learned about sunscreen over the last few years is you have to find a formula that you love to wear. Some sunscreens are uncomfortable, some don't go well with makeup, some pills, some break your skin out. So it can be easy to just like write it off altogether and say like I'm not dealing with it, but it is so important to wear it every single day. So if you can find a formula you love enough to apply every day, like that really is key. So something like this is nice because it gives you the chance to try out multiple formulas before committing to a full-size version. So again, pretty good deal when it comes to retail value. What's also nice is you can just like throw these in your bags on the go, put some in your car to reapply quickly throughout the day. And it's nice to have like those tiny minis. So one other thing, Sephora says they're donating $25 from the sale of this kit to the Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center with a minimum donation of $700,000. So I thought that was cool. I mean, obviously it's a good PR move for Sephora, but who cares? I think it's amazing that that money is getting donated one way or another. So I just wanted to mention that in case that was, something that appealed to you too. But I do think it's a nice way to try out different formulas and find one that you absolutely love. So Sephora does have a couple of new perfume samplers. These are really nice. I actually think they make great gifts either to someone else or to yourself, of course, because you get to try out multiple fragrances and then you get a gift certificate or like a voucher that you can redeem in store or online for either a travel size perfume if it's the less expensive one, or a full-size perfume if it's the more expensive one. Let's start with the less expensive one. So this one comes with 8 true samples of perfume. The samples themselves all together are worth about $30. I used to get these samples all the time. Like they would just come with Sephora packages or Ulta packages, or you know what? When I got subscription boxes like Ipsy and Birchbox in the day, I used to get them through there. So I used to have a giant jar of perfume samples. I feel like I don't get them anymore. Like I can't remember the last time I got one. So I mean, obviously you can go in store and try these on there, but I feel like it's kind of nice to get like a sample so you can try it on at home, maybe use it maybe twice if you can. So anyway, like they're not worth much, but they're worth a little bit. And then the gift certificate that you can redeem for a travel size perfume is worth between 30 and 38, depending on which one you get. So as a whole, this set is worth between 60 and 68 if you count the samples and the gift certificate. Maybe you're kind of like me and you get really overwhelmed every time you look at perfume at Sephora because they have like a giant wall of perfume. This is a nice way to kind of narrow it down to 8, maybe more popular scents and try them on and see which one you like on yourself before committing to, a travel version of it, which again, you can get with your gift certificate. So for $30, I mean, you could just go and buy your new favorite fragrance, like a travel version of that. But if you're someone who wants to explore and try some new options, I do think this is a fun option out there. And I will say, if you were planning on buying any of the travel versions of these, especially the ones that are worth like 35 and 38, you might as well grab the kit for 30 and then use that gift certificate to redeem for the travel spray because you'll save like the $5 or $8. But again, I just think it's a fun kit. They do have a bigger, more expensive version too. This one is the Deluxe best-selling mini perfume sampler set. So this one retails for $90. So it is a lot more expensive, but the difference is you actually get slightly bigger samples, and then the gift certificate you can actually use to redeem for a full-size perfume. So these samples come with about like 0.16 fluid ounces on average, whereas the other set comes with like 0.04 fluid ounces. So they're not significantly bigger, but they are a little bigger to the point where you'll actually be able to wear them more than once. When I did the math, the samples added up to be worth $113.98, which is a lot higher because again, you do get more product within each sample or each mini perfume. Also, the packaging is a little bit better. Some of them look like mini perfume bottles bottles, some are roller balls, some are travel sprays. So it does feel more substantial overall, which it should for $90. And then with the gift certificate, the perfumes that you can redeem it for range from $75 to $160. So depending on which perfume you get, this kit is worth between $188.98 all the way up to $273.98. So again, a really good value. If any of these perfumes are on your list, check and see if the retail value of the full-size perfume is more than the cost of this kit, because if you're considering like the Juliette Has a Gun, not a perfume, that one costs $160 and this kit costs $90. So I'd buy the kit and take the gift certificate and redeem it for that perfume. Let's talk about a few skincare kits. So Sunday Riley is one of my favorite skincare brands, but their products do tend to be pretty expensive. So I wanted to share a couple of options. The Superstar Serum Set comes with 3 different serums meant to change the appearance or texture of your skin. Each serum in here comes with 0.5 ounces, which is pretty good because most of these products, like the full-size product, is about an ounce. So you get enough in here to really use the product for it to make a difference and be able to know if you love it or not. So this set comes with the Good Genes Lactic Acid treatment. This is worth $42.50. I've tried this. It's pretty strong, so if you have extremely sensitive skin, I either might skip it or work it into your routine slowly. This does help smooth over the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. If you have a lot of texture on your skin, it's just going to kind of smooth that over time as well. So I do like that product. The next product is the CEO 15% Vitamin C Brightening Serum. I do really like this product. I think a lot of vitamin C's can be so strong and uncomfortable on the skin, and this one feels slightly more, I don't know if I would say gentle. I guess it does. It doesn't irritate my skin at all, whereas other vitamin C's can kind of sting my skin. This one's like almost a little bit more of a creamy formula, so it just feels really good as you're applying it. I actually didn't even know Sunday Riley had this third product. I've never tried it. It's their B3 Nice 10% niacinamide serum. So that is supposed to reduce the look of pore size, surface redness, blotchy tone. And again, I didn't even know Sunday Riley made that, so I can't share any thoughts on that. But the entire value comes out to be $170.50, and you pay $79. So basically a savings or an added value of $38.50. This other kit from Sunday Riley, I think, is a really good deal. So this is their Win-Win Radiance Duo. It comes with the Good Genes and the CEO Vitamin C Serum for $115. So in this kit, you actually get the value size of both bottles. So both bottles come with 1.69 fluid ounces instead of the standard 1 ounce, and they retail for $122. That's actually a pretty good deal because when I'm doing the math, like sometimes a brand will offer a mini and they'll charge like $18 for it, but I always do the math compared to how much the full-size product counts or how much the full-size product costs. So I did that for this as well, and it's an even better savings than what they're claiming because compared to the standard 1 ounce bottle for $85, these are actually worth more like $144.50. So paying $122 for the, 1.7 ounce bottle is already a saving. So if you calculate the value of this kit based on the value size, I think the kit is actually worth more like $289 compared to the $115 you're paying for it. They kind of cheat themselves a little bit anyway because they're saying it's worth $165, but even if you're just basing it on the cost of the 1.7 ounce bottles, it is worth $244, which is a really good deal. But again, I think it's worth more like $289. So these are your go-to products if you pay for them over and over. If you use them up fully and you buy that 1 ounce bottle, definitely consider buying this kit because it is an amazing value. Probably one of the best I've seen in terms of like cost compared to value, and it's not just inflated by a random product in there. You are really getting a good deal. So that is something that I myself am considering because I do like their vitamin C. I like their Good Genes. Okay, Skinfix is another one of my favorite brands. I've been using a lot of their products over the last few months because my skin goes through it in the winter time. And in general, I feel like their products are marketed toward people who have very sensitive skin, eczema prone skin, and I do enjoy a lot of their products. So this set comes with 3 mini bestsellers. You get a triple lipid peptide cream, and that's worth $15.88. I actually just used up a full-size version of that because again, I was using it during the winter, and it's very gentle, very moisturizing, super comfortable on the skin. You get their triple lipid plus collagen activating serum, which is a mini, and it's worth $17.50. I haven't tried that product personally, but I am curious just because I do like the moisturizers so much. And then a mini foaming oil cleanser, which is worth $9.90. They say it's a value of $56, but it actually comes out to be $43.28. So I really have no idea where they got their value breakdown, which is quite a bit higher than if you actually do the math. It might still be worth it to you personally to try multiple products from the brand, but there's really only about a $5 savings when you're paying 38 and it's worth 43. So this is definitely one of the lower value kits. And again, personal preference, maybe it's worth it to you to try multiple minis from the brand. But if you're looking for the highest value kit compared to what you pay, this isn't it. For me personally, when it comes to a skincare kit, the cleanser isn't what does it for me. Like, I want the expensive serums. I want like a good intense moisturizer rather than a cleanser. Usually cleansers are less expensive than other products from the line. So sometimes I feel like throwing in like a 1 or 2 ounce cleanser is just like a cheap way to include something that isn't worth quite as much. But that might not be the case for you. Maybe you really enjoy trying out different cleansers. For me, I just have a lot of cleansers I love, and I'm not usually like that interested in trying tons of cleansers from a lot of brands out there. So I love Skinfix, but if it just came with like the moisturizer and serum, I'd probably be more interested in this kit myself. The last thing I want to mention is that Function of Beauty Pro has a few new sets. I'm kind of curious to know how this line in general is doing at Sephora. It just doesn't strike me as like a high-end or luxury line. So if you haven't heard of Function of Beauty Pro, they have their own website, like just functionofbeauty.com, where they create custom shampoos and conditioners. I think they have a few other products too. I do like Function of Beauty. I haven't purchased their products in a little while because I've found other alternatives that I like just as much, but I use their products really consistently for years. And I would still buy them again at some point if I didn't have other formulas that were like a little bit less expensive or more easily accessible. They did a line for Target, which I thought was like the perfect collaboration because in my mind, it just makes sense to come out with like a less expensive customizable version. I love custom hair care and skincare. Don't get me wrong. Like, that is one of my favorite things to try. But then they came out with like a pro version on Sephora's website, and I'm just not convinced the line is really doing that well. I could be wrong. If you've tried the products, I'm curious to hear what you think. But anyway, if you don't know what this is, basically you buy like a shampoo and a conditioner, and then you can purchase different add-ons to kind of customize the formulas to work for your hair type and your personal goals. These kits are interesting because it does give you the chance to try out the system, but it does somewhat remove the customization process. So it depends on whether or not you see a kit that would be ideal for you. There are 3 different options. So I'll put some pictures on the screen for you. So each of the 3 kits comes with an 11-ounce shampoo, a 7-ounce conditioning mask, and then 2 add-ins. The shampoos are worth $24, the conditioners are worth $28, and the add-ins are worth $4 each. So the kits are worth $60 each. So there's a $10 savings if you were to purchase this rather than purchasing all of the components separately. The only thing is, I think you have to buy an add-on for each formula. Like, if you want 2 different add-ons to do like add shine to your hair and add volume to your hair, you have to buy them for both the shampoo and the conditioner. I could be wrong, but that's how it works at Target at least. So that being said, it could be a nice starting point. Like, if you want to try the products and get that $10 savings and then purchase additional add-ons, you'd have to spend a little bit more, but you'd still be saving $10. So not the most intense savings out there, but a little bit of a discount if you've been curious about the line. Again, one reason why I feel like the website version is better is because you can get more add-ons and more customization for like a less expensive price. I know that I haven't paid that much for Function of Beauty when I've done it personally, but again, maybe the formulas really are better, but sometimes I feel like it's just marketing. They're calling it a pro line, but is it really that much better than what they offer on their website? I'm not convinced. So anyway, that's everything I wanted to talk about in today's video. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate you watching these videos. I think it's fun to do a breakdown, see which products are included, see if the value is worth it or not. Again, the value will never be worth it if you won't actually use the products in the kits. So keep that in mind. Don't buy something just because it is a great deal if, the scents aren't appealing to you or the colors or the formulas. But with the Sephora savings event here, it is worth checking out products that you think you would buy anyway, because these kits usually do give you a little bit of savings. So that combined with the savings event might make it worth it for you. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. I'll see you very soon with a new one. Bye.